The story of the V-2 rocket is one of brilliance, devastation, and the relentless pursuit of technological dominance. This weapon, born out of the chaos of World War II, was not only a harbinger of destruction, but also a groundbreaking leap into the space age. Its legacy is as complex as it is fascinating, intertwining scientific achievement with the dark realities of war. Today, we'll delve deep into the creation, deployment, and impact of Germany's secret weapon, the V-2 rocket. In the early 1930s, Germany was undergoing a transformation. Under Adolf Hitler's leadership, the country was rebuilding its military might, often in violation of the Treaty of Versailles. While much attention was focused on tanks, aircraft, and infantry, a quiet revolution was taking place in the field of rocketry. A young and ambitious engineer named Wernher von Braun was at the forefront of this movement. Von Braun, born in 1912, had a childhood fascination with space and engineering. By the time he reached adulthood, he was determined to make space travel a reality. However, his dreams of reaching the stars would have to wait. In the 1930s, the German military saw potential in rockets, not as tools for exploration, but as weapons of war. Wernher von Braun joined the Army Ordnance Department and began working on rocket propulsion systems. The V-2, or Vergeltungswaffe 2, meaning Vengeance Weapon 2, was designed to strike fear into the hearts of Germany's enemies. Its development began in earnest in 1936 with the establishment of a secret research center in Peenemünde, a remote area on the Baltic coast. This facility became the epicenter of rocket innovation, where von Braun and his team pushed the boundaries of engineering and physics. The V-2 was a marvel of technology for its time. Standing over 14 meters tall and weighing almost 13 tons, it was powered by a liquid fuel rocket engine that burned ethanol and liquid oxygen, capable of reaching speeds of up to 5,760 kilometers per hour and traveling over 300 kilometers. The V-2 was the world's first long-range guided ballistic missile. But it wasn't just the technology that was groundbreaking, it was also the concept. The V-2 was designed to travel faster than the speed of sound, making it nearly impossible to intercept. Developing such a sophisticated weapon was no small feat. The project required immense resources, manpower, and ingenuity. Thousands of engineers, scientists, and technicians worked tirelessly to overcome the challenges of rocketry. However, this progress came at a terrible cost. To build the V-2, the Nazis relied heavily on forced labor. Concentration camp prisoners, particularly from Mittelbau-Dora, were subjected to inhumane conditions while constructing these rockets. Thousands lost their lives in the process, highlighting the brutal exploitation that underpinned Germany's technological advancements. The first successful test of the V-2 occurred on October 3, 1942. For the first time, humanity had created a machine capable of reaching the edge of space. The test was a significant milestone, but the rocket was not yet ready for deployment. Engineers spent the next 2 years refining the design, increasing its reliability, and preparing it for mass production. By 1944, as Germany faced mounting pressure on both the eastern and western fronts, Hitler demanded that the V-2 be used to strike back against the Allies. Please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any new daily videos. At the center of the V-2's creation was Wernher von Braun, a visionary engineer whose fascination with spaceflight fueled his ambition. From a young age, von Braun dreamed of exploring the cosmos, but the geopolitical and military landscape of the 1930s redirected his aspirations toward weapon development. Von Braun's collaboration with the German military began when he joined the Army Ordnance Department in 1932. Alongside a team of engineers and scientists, von Braun worked to develop rocket propulsion systems that would eventually evolve into the V-2. Despite its ultimate role as a weapon of destruction, von Braun and his team saw the V-2 as a stepping stone toward greater achievements in space exploration. The heart of the V-2 program was the Peenemünde Army Research Center, located on the remote Baltic coast. Established in 1936, this facility became a hub of innovation, employing thousands of skilled workers to advance the boundaries of rocketry. Peenemünde was equipped with cutting-edge laboratories, test stands, and launch sites, enabling von Braun's team to conduct groundbreaking experiments. The facility's isolation ensured secrecy, as the Nazis sought to shield their ambitious project from Allied intelligence. Peenemünde was not merely a laboratory, but a microcosm of wartime Germany's industrial might. It symbolized the Third Reich's ability to mobilize resources and technology to achieve its military objectives. The V-2 rocket was a marvel of engineering for its time. Its design incorporated numerous innovations that set it apart from earlier rockets. Standing 14 meters tall and weighing approximately 12.5 tons, the V-2 was powered by a liquid fuel engine. This engine used ethanol and liquid oxygen as propellants, producing a thrust of 25 metric tons. The first V-2 attacks began in September 1944. London, already battered by the earlier V-1 flying bombs, became a primary target. The rockets struck without warning, as their supersonic speeds ensured that victims would hear the explosion only after it had occurred. The psychological impact of these vengeance weapons was immense. People lived in constant fear of an invisible threat that could strike anywhere, anytime. But the V-2 was not a game-changer for Germany's war effort. While the rocket was technologically advanced, it was not strategically effective. Each V-2 carried a warhead of about 1 ton of explosives, but its accuracy was limited. Most rockets missed their intended targets, and their high production costs far outweighed their military utility. By the time the war ended, approximately 3,000 V-2s had been launched, killing an estimated 9,000 civilians and military personnel. However, this number paled in comparison to the casualties caused by conventional bombing campaigns. Despite its limited success as a weapon, the V-2 had a profound impact on the post-war world. As Germany surrendered in May 1945, the Allies scrambled to seize as much of the Nazi rocketry program as possible. Both the United States and the Soviet Union recognized the potential of this technology, not just for military purposes, but also for space exploration. Operation Paperclip, a secret U.S. program, aimed to recruit German scientists and engineers to work on American projects. Wernher von Braun and many of his colleagues were among those who relocated to the United States. There, von Braun played a pivotal role in the development of American ballistic missiles and eventually the Saturn V rocket that carried astronauts to the moon. Meanwhile, the Soviets captured their own share of German technology and personnel, kickstarting their own space program. The V-2 rocket marked the beginning of the Cold War arms race in the space age. Its design and technology served as the foundation for countless innovations, from intercontinental ballistic missiles to spacecraft. But this legacy is deeply intertwined with ethical questions. The exploitation of forced labor and the use of advanced technology for destruction cast a shadow over the V-2's achievements. Looking back, the V-2 serves as a reminder of both the heights and depths of human ingenuity. It demonstrated what was possible when science and engineering were pushed to their limits, but it also showed the devastating consequences of misusing such advancements. Today, the remains of Peenemünde and other V-2 production sites stand as historical landmarks, preserving the story of this remarkable yet tragic chapter in history. As we conclude this deep dive into the story of the V-2 rocket, we hope you've gained a new appreciation for the complex interplay of science, war, and humanity. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating explorations into history and technology. And as always, stay curious,